I'm confused. Lost City. Back we go. Okay, yeah. I just know that, like, I oftentimes just go into, like, super spam mode with the gun. And it's like, I should probably upgrade this thing. Can I upgrade anything else for Roland? Maybe one or two of his moves, but probably not.
Sprite Fire Silk.
Today I shall prepare fruity fried rice and mush kebabs. My child's favorite.
Okay.
Thanks. Very helpful. Blue chest has...
A spiteful staff.
Speaking of... Evan, my boy... Why do they even give us that if we just, like, got the... I don't know. Whatever. Cool.
A ball of witch's wool?
This really is the prettiest part of the game.
Yeah, I really like the gold leaf texture that they have.
Yeah, the gold leaf, the environment in the background, even the city looks rather nice. Oh.
Durgan!
Okay, upgrading...
I like the horn on this one.
Upgrading the gun was a good idea.
Here goes.
Slick Slither.
Sounds useful.
Scales are so pretty.
Okay, that did some damage.
It'd be really cool to make scale mail someday.
You mean like actual scale mail?
Well, so they now, because of like 3D printing and stuff, you can actually get hundreds of, you know, literally aluminum die-cut scales and weave it into like crocheted things.
Yeah,
or...
I guess you could.
It'd be neat.
It would be it'd be neat to make the Zora armor.
Oh yeah.
From Twilight Princess.
That has scale mail.
Yeah, that had really pretty scale mail.
Wait, so
Don't question it. They're not related. We've never fought a dragon before as a mid boss.
yeah, and
except for
that
to get
like
Bodley's lipstick.
opalescent, yellowy, green, red, whatever.
I don't think
crystal.
they put in any thought into these mid bosses. After all, I think we're just putting the thought in for them.
Reach out and touch it. Ooh.
I'm raring to go.
Oh, hey, look, fish
Eel guy.
face.
An inky wriggle. Oh, that reminds me. Today on Twitter, this hashtag was trending. It was something about renaming animals. And some of them were hilarious. And they pretty much sounded like these names, an inky wriggle. An inky wriggle would probably be like a cuttlefish or a squid. But people were calling, say, like otters water pups. And or some other good ones. I don't know, I'd have to look them up. I think like penguins were prom birds. And just funny stuff.
Oh, did
It's
we
sort of
lose?
like
We
how
lost our-
people call raccoons trash pandas.
Yeah, Well, they
Ridiculous
are.
names like that.
they're about as trash panda as you can get.
It's odd though because the only instances I've ever seen raccoons alive have been like trundling around in the forest, crawling up trees, or swimming around in swimming pools. Or dead.
There we go.
Majority of them dead.
I've seen a lot of raccoons. They're all over the place. Were you with us in Minnesota when the raccoon was catching flies off the window?
Yeah. I was there, of course. I was the one that pointed it out. I'm like, guys, there's raccoons outside, and they're eating moths off the screen.
We were
And they
playing.
left their paw prints in the morning.
Yeah, we were playing. What was it? What was the game I was playing with my brother?
The Knights game. the 4 knights that were running around.
Castle Crashers?
Yeah, you're playing Castle Crashers.
Playing something else.
Maybe you're playing that, but then also that another.
Oh no, I thought we were playing like Civilization or something. Whatever. But yeah, the moths were attracted to the screen door. The raccoon was more than happy to snack.
Hey, presto! They're open. Time to take on Doloran at last. Roland!
Roland!
Roland! Are you alright?
Roland!
Oi! Not now, of all times, curse ye! Roland!
I'm home?
Daddy!
Huh? You're okay.
Daddy, I was so scared.
You're safe now. I'll protect you.
Will you? Really? I'm sorry. It's a little late for that.
Yeah, where was this all game?
It would have been nice if he had visions here or there. He's awake. Roland. Roland! Can you stand?
What happened? The blackness engulfed ye again. Then you fell down just like that.
You had me worried. I thought your soul had been stolen.
Sorry, everybody. I'm okay now. Let's move. The haze rising from Roland's body. I sense a certain power in it. Power I've felt before, but where?
Roland.
We have to stop Doloran before it's too late.
Doloran must be in here.
Aye, that he must, lad. And me fists are fair itching to clobber the cur.
This will probably be our last big battle, huh? Time to put our best foot forward.
Seriously though, why couldn't Roland have just been the actual main character throughout the game and, like, you'd be dealing with the consequences of the fact that his homeland got nuked? And, you know, then he's
You
just
mean,
here?
why even have the From Earth scenario to begin with?
Yeah.
I never
It's
that
probably
old trend of, you know, normal kid goes into an ancient library
well, like,
and gets sucked into a book.
I love that story, but it has to have a reason. You can't just go to the other world. If you do go to the other world, like, there has to be a reason for why you went to the other world. Otherwise, like, just be a fantasy character. Sometimes, like, it's kind of nice.
Isn't that the plot of, like, the Neverending Story and a bunch of other things?
Yeah, it's true. But, like, I know it's explained soon. I'm sure it is. They wouldn't just, like, put that in. But, like...
Your food effect has worn off.
Oh, no.
Munch...
It's a munchy nuts! It just always felt to me that, like, having Evan be the main character and the whole, like, unify the world thing was just kind of a misstep because he was just such a less interesting character than straight up the president. President from another world. At
the same time, President from Another World doesn't know anything about this one.
I know, just...
This place gives me a very nasty feeling indeed.
What's wrong with me? It just feels like they could have done so many cooler
What's
things.
in all these side rooms? Are you just supposed
There's
to run
not.
forward?
Check the mini map.
Oh.
Yeah. What side rooms?
Look!
You have done well to make it so far.
That's enough, Doloran!
This ceremony ends here and now.
Does it indeed? You mean that you do not share my vision, Roland? A vision of a better world? A pity. I had hoped that you, of all people, would understand.
I understand that they're doing the whole laughing thing, but while
he looks so
he looks
silly.
like he's just jiggling his shoulders.
I do this to lose weight. Turns out by having a nervous tick, you burn like 10 times more calories in a day. It's how I keep so trim.
Roland!
What did you do to me?
Me? Why, nothing at all. You have the Horned One to thank for this. It means to protect you, for if harm comes to either one of us, it comes to the other also.
You mean you and Roland are... You...
Yes, Leander. You see it now. See what others must be shown.
I hope this isn't gonna be like the end of Hellboy 2, where in order to kill the evil prince, the twin sister dies as well because she's tied to him.
This game had all of one gut-wrenching moment, and it was at the beginning of the game, where whatever the head writer that wrote the good part of the game quit, and now we're here.
But technically, Roland could be dead in the other world already. That's just so odd looking. They could have made him look a little bit more villainous.
Why is he green?
Snake Man.
I guess.
Do you see? We are connected. We are the same. Defeat me, and you defeat yourself.
He is correct, I am afraid. There are those in your world whose souls are inextricably linked with the souls of those in this one. The more power he has gained, the stronger his effect on you has become. This proves the connection.
But how can this... What does it mean?
It means you face a dilemma, boy.
They really should have changed the eyes. Like,
Yeah.
the hair, okay, but the...
I'm a relatively attractive-looking anime man, and also the villain.
No, but
But
the
also-
eyes look way too innocent. They should have made them reptilian, you know, with the slits or something.
Well, part of it
And
is
the
also
shape,
like
the shape.
it looks like there's no shine on it, and like all you see really is the circle and the whites of the eyes. He looks so creepy. Yeah.
I'm making
Like
a very
he
funny
looks
face.
like he must like to maintain his eyes. He needs eye drops or something constantly, because like, is he even full blinking? Kinda.
He is enough.
I don't know. He just looks so weird. So weird. Like, he would have looked so much cooler if he'd actually looked like old Roland.
Yeah, older Roland, but also like they could have squinted the eyes a bit more and had the slits for
Or, made
a
him look
reptile.
angry instead of just like... I don't know!
You have no choice but to join me, Roland. You know it deep in your heart.
I know the voice isn't matching.
What is this? What is this weird writing?
Oh, I have a choice, all right. I always have a choice. I'm a president, a king. And from the day I took my throne, I knew that if it came to it, if it would help my people, I would gladly give my life.
No! What?
If I were him, I'd just pistol whip myself and knock myself out. Just,
I don't know if it works that way.
but like, anything Roland does to himself, he does to the other guy.
Well,
so just
they should like test it with like a stabbing your hand or something. I don't know if it's going to be like that.
Just start drinking, like, just take like a hell of a lot of sleeping pills. And, you know, not enough to OD, but enough to like just knock yourself out. Doloran's just like, no, my weakness.
I don't know if it works like that, or if it's just their spirits are linked, so if a spirit is extinguished, they both go out, kind of thing.
But I don't know. I really like the idea of the stop hitting yourself method for beating the bad guy. I know.
Besides, if I can't kill you, you can't kill me either, right? If I die, you die.
Very true. Which is why, if you will not join me, I must banish you instead to a dimension where you will no longer be a danger to either of us.
Of course. I think I see now why I was brought here.
Please, enlighten us.
Your country, Allegoria, it was destroyed. And my country was destroyed too. You and I are the same. Two kings with no kingdoms left to rule. So we were given a chance. One last chance to save our homes. But don't you see? The kingdom the Horned One has given you, it's not really the place you once ruled. I'm going to make you see. I'm going to defeat the Horned One and remind you who you really are.
Who I really am. You think you know me? You know nothing!
Enlighten me.
You will delay my plans no longer. I will prevail. My deepest desire will be fulfilled at last.
I like this music.
Here goes.
He was called Doloran the Arcane of the Revenant Kingdom.
Yep. Speaking of, I got some strengthens magic effects, strengthens all attacks.
You're gonna eat in the midst of combat?
And getting peckish. It's more likely. Strengthens melee attacks. Dark resistance. Seems like pile of pancakes is probably a good idea. Let's do pile of pancakes so he does less damage. I had something that seriously strengthens magical attacks. I guess I'll give that to Evan. I like to know we've gotten to the very end of the game, and I'm finally bothering with a mechanic that's been there since the beginning.
I mean, if you don't need it, you don't need it. Unless they're one of those games that makes it so that it's impossible to defeat enemies because you haven't eaten your pie for the day. I mean...
Need a little help here.
For the most part, it's always going to be optional.
Yeah. It's just like, they introduced just a shocking amount of mechanics in this game.
More of them, there's so many! I think he's behind an impenetrable shield until you get rid of all his evil spirits.
I'm sure. Unfortunately, I'm locked into him. Which makes it a little bit harder. Never mind.
He's dazed.
There we go. I honestly could not tell which one of those was mine, which was his. Oh, good.
Ah, you broke through the ice? Grr, curse you, Roland.
Pistol time! It's pistol time, Doloran. You cannot stop me. Oh, I'm missing him. He's too close to me.
Yep.
Oh, that's dumb.
I mean,
Back to pistol time!
level up.
Bleh. Is this not voice?
Nope. Go on. Shush. Go on.
I'm sorry. I just.
Go on.
Still, my powers are not sufficient. It seems I underestimated you.
That's what they all say.
Forward!
This way! Come on now! Behind me! Come on now, everybody!
They're probably gonna disintegrate, right? The spirits?
Wait, was that it? There's not even a second phase?
What in the... Is it over?
Okay, good. That was not the final boss.
Whoa!
A transmission from Zip. It sounds like the souls are returning. We did it! Only just perhaps. But we did.
Tidy!
Mission of flippin' accomplished!
Not bad, you lot. Not bad at all.
But it's not over yet. We need to do something about the Horned One. Until it's gone for good, nobody is safe. There's no turning back after this. You keep saying that, game!
You're finished, Doloran. Your plan has failed.
You'll never rule the world. Never!
Rule the world? You have read too many fairy tales, boy. The world was never my prize.
What?
It was a beautiful place, my home. A realm of peace and prosperity. I was the king of Allegoria. A young man handed the crown too soon. None loved my realm more than I, but I was conceited, arrogant. Our kingmaker was a being known as Alessandra. In strengthening our bond, I committed the greatest of all sins. I fell in love. And love between king and kingmaker is an offense against the will of the gods. As punishment, she was cursed to spend the rest of her days in the guise of the Horned One and cast along with Allegoria into another dimension.
Wait a minute, what gods are there? Has anyone ever mentioned gods?
No.
I always thought kingmakers were like the greatest beings in the realm. Oh, wait a minute, I suppose there's the goddess of luck.
Yeah, you're right.
But what were...
Well.
Except she's just a machine thing. So, I don't know. But this whole twist. He fell in love with... I mean, we knew that he had a love Alessandra, but
Yeah.
one?
I vowed to bring her back. She and my beloved kingdom. I set out to acquire all the king's bonds of our world, that I might use their combined power to reawaken Alessandra.
How did you know that was even possible?
The guise of the Horned One, you said. I take it the creature we see is but an outer shell within which Alessandra lies trapped.
We'll go get her for
If
you.
so, the strength of the King's bonds might serve to reach that which lies dormant deep within, to reconnect King and Kingmaker, and free her of her prison.
It is as you say. If Alessandra can be revived, Allegoria may yet rise from the ashes. And I shall have regained my beloved and my kingdom both. Now you know what it is I seek. Roland, if my realm were to be restored, yours too might return. You would be reunited with your family, with your son. Surely you would join me if such an outcome were your reward.
He can't! He won't! Not that way! Just because you would do anything to bring a loved one back, it doesn't mean you should.
What is happening to me?
That horrible black stuff comes from the Horned One, you know. Doloran by ears just been channeling it like. But it looks like it's finally getting the better of him. That Tori was infected by it from the start.
I will restore them. I must. Alessandra! Allegoria! Both shall live again!
You'd really do that? You'd destroy whole countries, steal countless souls, just to get what you want? You think that's love? Then you don't deserve to love. And you sure as hell don't deserve to be a king.
You would defy me. You are me. We want the same thing. You wish to be reunited with those you love, just as I do.
No, it's not that simple.
My crimes will be more than outweighed by the revival of Allegoria, by the return of all that has been lost. Rise, beloved kingdom! Live again!
Honestly, this should have been the midpoint of the game. Maybe. Like, this is so much more interesting than all of the other stuff we've been doing until now.
Oh, Alessandra was so pretty. It's a shame that things had to go that way. Also, let that be lesson to, like, Lofty and the other Kingmakers. Don't you be macking on any mortals.
Alessandra, my love, you are free at last!
They accidentally released a demon instead? Or is this just another cursed form?
Is the meaning of this? You are not my Alissa!
Yeah, he's breaking through reality. Whoa.
But if she is truly lost, what will become of Allegoria? what will become of me.
I do not understand. So, that wasn't her?
No.
No, I sensed the same darkness as before. I fear it was merely the Horned One unleashed. Which begs the question, where's Alessandra? Never mind that, ye addle-beden squabs, ye. What about that there terror in the very skies themselves, damn it?
Did you see how the edges were crumbling? If we can't close it up somehow, the whole world could be sucked inside. We need to close it. We need to beat that thing. Think you can fly us up there, Lofty?
What are you saying, man? Of course I flippin' can. It's not like I do anything else in this game. Come on, Evan. Let's get up there and give old Horny Boy a piece of our minds. Oh.
I suppose we did go through all the trouble of restoring Mornstar. It would be a shame not to use it.
Mornstar. The very sword over which Alessandra and I swore a pact so long ago. Huh. Which might explain why it's the only thing that can penetrate the Horned One's defenses.
All right, everyone. Come on. It's time to defeat the Horned One and return peace to our world.